welcome back to the C-Space Studio. I'm James Kotecki here at CES 2026 with Reddit's VP of Ads Product, Jyoti Vaidee. Thanks so much for joining us here in the C-Space Studio.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we love Reddit here in the C-Space Studio. I'm a personal lover of Reddit myself, but what's your message here at CES 2026?
Sure, yeah. From an ads perspective, like one of our big announcements at CES has been this product that we're calling Max Campaigns. And Max Campaigns really is Reddit's like fully AI-driven campaign type.
Okay.
And primary goal is to serve our customers or advertisers. Two major goals are deliver the performance with ease of use. Mm-hmm. So that's primarily why we're leveraging AI and generative AI across the ad stack to basically deliver value for our customers. So that's one of our really big announcements at CES.
Congratulations on that. Tell me about the experience for a brand of using that. What do they open up on their screen? What do they see? How easy is it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to make it, Reddit is scaling very fast. And so we want to make sure that the best possible performance, especially ad performance, isn't just available to folks that have large marketing teams, but we're really democratizing this. And so to that extent, it's Max Campaigns have a very simple interface. You tell us like what your budget is, your bid, give us a few assets, right? Your images, your headlines, whatever you have, and then we take it from there. Yeah. So the product does all the budget optimization. It basically does auto bidding on their behalf. It finds the right users on Reddit, so you don't need to be an expert on Reddit to be able to run this. And also on the creative side, we're actually able to put together images and headlines to create the perfect ad for a specific user, so we can actually personalize the ad creatives. So as you can see, it's kind of automated across, across all of the major pillars. And what this means is it's easy to use and it delivers value.
And is there an art or a science to creating generative AI ads that consumers and users will resonate with and not reject? Because that's been kind of one of the narratives about how much do consumers appreciate this?
That's an excellent question, and it's something that we spend a lot of time thinking about. Because anytime you're using AI or generative AI in something that is very visual, has an aesthetic component, a brand component, a brand safety component, there's a lot of things for us to be careful about. So we're doing this in a very thoughtful manner. So when we fully generate content on behalf of the advertisers, whether that is images or headline, we ensure that there is still some human in the loop.
Yeah.
So advertisers can actually go in there and say, here are the headlines I want to keep, and here are the ones I don't want, or here are the images I want to keep, and here are the ones I don't want. So that's definitely one of the ways in which we are kind of controlling, giving advertisers control. And then further, as you think about, what is the right creative in a specific subreddit, we're taking a lot of that scaling of, creating different types of assets and images and automating that.
I'm going to create a new thing for every subreddit.
Exactly. So making that more scalable for advertisers, but still giving them the controls they need to,
Makes a lot of sense for a place like Reddit where you can really get narrow on the specific communities that you're reaching, and you'd want to do something custom if you could. And now you can.
Exactly.
I want to talk about AI search. Definitely want to talk about this topic with you because people are talking about this. When you can search for something inside of an LLM and find it, and it has a different web, a different internet experience for a lot of users now. What's Reddit's take on this and the future of that?
Yeah, one of the other key messages for that Reddit, for this year is Reddit really is the place where there's still a lot of human authentic conversations happening. Users come to Reddit and they speak their mind, right? This is an anonymous platform. People are not influenced by paid marketing and so on. So I think given that, at the end of the day, the LLM output is only as good as the inputs. And so the Reddit data is certainly starting, it has an influence in all of these LLM outputs, right? Now we are building, as you've already seen, Reddit now has a search product that is, just as simple and easy, like a chat-based interface, and we want, Reddit to be the best place to search Reddit, and that's really the mission that we're on.
Tell me about shoppable commerce, social commerce, shoppable content, I should say, within the ad stack, and how Reddit plays there. It's another big trend we talk about here in the C-Space Studio.
So 40% of conversations on Reddit are commercial in nature. So users are coming there to either share a product review or share something about or find out about a particular service or a product with an intention to eventually buy something.
Yeah.
So with so many commercial conversations, we have invested quite a bit in shopping as one of our key verticals. We are looking at shopping from a few different aspects. One is we want to, in answers in our search product, we want to make sure that not only are we giving them the right outputs. For example, if you ask what are the top 5 laptops for back to school, right? So we want to give them those outputs. We also want to make it visual. So we have that's kind of where the shoppable aspect comes into play. And then we're looking to expand this into our feeds, in the conversations, just meet the user where they are.
Yeah, I think probably brands, I imagine different brands have different levels of sophistication with understanding Reddit and approaching Reddit and how to use it. Are there great examples, brands that are really crushing it on Reddit that you can call out to inspire all of us?
I guess maybe an example that comes to mind for me is, we've had the Max campaigns launch recently, and we've seen some of the clients have huge success with that.
Yeah.
Specifically in the shopping space, we've had a lot of our clients like Lenovo, Sephora, they've all seen a lot of success as well.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said,
that's interesting because those are two different kinds of products.
Exactly.
Very different.
Very different.
Very different levels of consideration and mentalities people are in when they buy them.
Yeah. Electronics, there's some verticals that are, just electronics, as you can imagine, on Reddit is a very popular vertical. Beauty is actually another vertical that's really taken off. So there's a lot of these, it's a variety of customers that are seeing success. It's not just within any specific pockets.
Well, thank you for sharing a few minutes with us and sharing some of your success with us. Jyoti Vaidee of Reddit, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we really appreciate you watching us here in the C Space studio at CES 2026. That is all we have for this morning session, but tune in for our afternoon session starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time for more incredible conversations with incredible guests. I'm James Kotecki at CES 2026, and I'll see you soon.